I know I'm not much of an anime reviewer, but we need to talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon episode 36 right now, because things get crazy, and this is the episode before it looks like Rockruff is going to evolve into something, and at the preview for episode 37, we see Rockruff get all inspired, we see like evolution-y things getting ready to happen, but it is not day or night. It's actually dusk, so maybe the Twilight form is a thing. Let's just see what happened in the episode and see how this relates into what could happen to Rockruff. So, spoilers and all kinds of fun stuff like that. So, overall, I would say that this is an amazing episode too. Like, the battle scene between Ash and Olivia is just really good. There's a lot of epic moments, there's a lot of power behind it. But overall, Rockruff gets wrecked, tries to wreck back onto the Lycanroc. They have their big old showdown, but also Rowlet comes up big this episode. It uses Doom Bloom to take down Olivia's Probopass, so that means it's going to be an easy win for Rowlet and Rockruff into that Midday Lycanroc that Olivia owns. Well, no. Rockruff actually gets feisty and ends up KOing its own teammate. So this actually really got me. I was like, wait a second, is this the point where Rockruff is going to lose to Lycanroc because it just gets so upset that it hurt its ally or something? Because that's one of the aspects of Rockruff getting ready to evolve, is that it gets uncontrollably feisty to the point where it attacks its own friends. So that was actually pretty crazy when I saw that. And then Rockruff looks devastated. This is one of the most emotional frames of animation I have ever seen in Pokemon. Like, Rockruff immediately realizes what happened once Rowlet actually gets KO'd by just one attack from Rockruff, and then just looks super upset about it. But then it just turns around, gets its head back in the game, and actually defeats Olivia's Lycanroc. I did not expect this. I thought that, you know, Rockruff was going to lose, and if Rockruff lost after KOing Rowlet, that would have been like way too much emotion for Rockruff to deal with. But overall, Rockruff ends up being the last Pokemon going down, so it gets the win. And then we see at the end of the episode that Tapu Lele was watching over the battle. And there's also a mention that because Rockruff is acting so crazy, it looks like it's very, very close to evolving. So what does that mean as we go into the preview for episode 37? Well, the preview is just crazy. We see Tapu Lele fighting Rockruff. There's a little bit of a scene with Gladion and Type Null. So that's going to start kicking up. And then we see Rockruff interacting with other Lycanroc forms. And what is this? This is what gets me. Like, green eyes on the Rockruff. We don't have like red or blue like we see with the other Lycanroc forms. I'm wondering if this means like we have the new evolution for Lycanroc potentially having like green eyes or something. Now what gets me about this is that in the real world, there's something known as the green flash, that sometimes during a sunset, there's like a little bit of flash of green as the sun fades over the horizon, and we see green in the way that the sunset is done during our little preview of the next Pokemon episode. That's why I find it just like a little more significant that, you know, Rockruff's eyes turn green at that second. Like, we watch it happen. We watch sunset and then green as all of this, and then everything looks crazy. There's like a green light over Ash, everyone looks shocked, and I'm wondering what the anime is doing with this. Is this symbolism for like the recognition that it's Twilight? Because that is Rockruff looking to evolve, not during the day, not during the night, but at some kind of in-between time at a very specific moment. And it seems like this is also being orchestrated by Tapu Lele as well. Tapu Lele kisses the midnight form and the midday form of Lycanroc before Rockruff goes to evolve. Like, this is why I feel that, like, Rockruff has to evolve into a new Lycanroc form or something, because when you look at the anime, when you look at everything lining up, how would Ash's Rockruff just choose between one or the other? Make a black and white decision based off of all the other Lycanroc that we've seen and all the other Lycanroc that have been encountered. So going into Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it feels like something new, something different needs to happen. Now this is much different than the Eclipse I thought was going to happen, but it goes into like a Twilight Dusk kind of form that people have been anticipating about Lycanroc if there was going to be a new form of Lycanroc ever to be introduced. Like, cool, we have day and night, but what about the other things like Dawn and Dusk, Eclipse, Twilight? You know, there's a lot of really crazy things that could be going on right here. I just find it strange. Like, is Tapu Lele like kissing Midnight Lycanroc and Midday Lycanroc kind of like an RNG kind of thing? Like, well, I don't know if it's gonna be day or night when this thing evolves, so there you go. You could be one or the other, and then we'll let things happen. Tapu Lele actually gets Draining Kiss as well, so let's consider that. That what if Tapu Lele is draining just a little bit of Midday Lycanroc and a little bit of Midnight Lycanroc, and then doing whatever Guardian magic that it's been putting over Rockruff already, and then that has something to do with the timing, and then we get the perfect series of events for a new Pokemon evolution never before seen, because Tapu Lele as a Guardian deity was inspired by the battle between Olivia and Ash, and then saw like all like the emotions, the power that Rockruff has behind it, and then decides it to give it something new. I think that that is definitely a possibility. Or at the end of the day, maybe Rockruff doesn't evolve, or maybe it's just Midnight or Midday form. That's not fun. But I'm taking all of the evidence in front of us. Like, I think it'd be the coolest timeline if we live in a world where this is how Pokemon is going to announce something new for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Because if Lycanroc has the opportunity of getting a new form, what other Pokemon, what other new forms can exist in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon? And what does that mean for like the gameplay and the features and stuff? I think that's just more awesome to speculate about. And when you look at all the evidence right here, you know, there's definitely something behind at least having these thoughts, even if they turn out to be wrong. But I'm in this boat, guys. I am ready for it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.